Hi Aries, welcome to your September general tarot reading. Thank you as always for liking, sharing, subscribing, joining me, leaving behind your wonderful comments. I really do appreciate it. We'll get straight into it, Aries. Okay, you've had a card flip over, 10 of Cups, very nice. Look at this one, these two. 3 of Wands, Knight of Wands, and I think let's take this card out as well. 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, sorry. 5 of Cups, and the Temperance card. Okay, first from the top left is the 10 of Cups. This is a beautiful card of family, reconciliation, abundance, feeling happy, feeling hopeful, feeling great, looking to the rainbow in the sky, feeling optimistic. I feel as though there's happiness coming out of struggle from you, for you for this month, because we do see the 8 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, perhaps where there were endings or you had to walk away or someone has walked away from you. It's almost like it's for the better. The 10 of Cups shows that there's a happiness overcoming these obstacles ahead, Aries. This could be reconciliation. You might have family coming over, a loved one coming over, a celebration, a family get-together, or you might be purchasing a happy family home, one that will be yours for quite some time in your long-term future here. For some, I think you're definitely finding your happily ever after here. Could be with a water sign, Sagittarius. There is a lot of cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a fellow fire sign. Some of you have found the one that you're happy to create a family with, happy to build a life with, happy to create memories with. We see this beautiful rainbow. It's that you're feeling really thankful for the person you've been asking for, and the universe has delivered or is delivering. It's coming soon, maybe in September, maybe shortly thereafter, but it's on its way, because this is the Alchemist with the Temperance card, and we see these 2 of Cups coming together. So this is beautiful. For others, children will figure prominently, maybe pregnancy. For some, you might have to venture out to receive treatment to become pregnant. For others, the 10 of Cups is maybe your grown children are coming back from boarding school, from university, from overseas. It's a card of reuniting, and it could be people are coming from afar, maybe even relatives coming from afar to see you, Aries, if there's a celebration coming up or an important event, wedding as well. In the work sense, I feel like the 10 of Cups is optimism. For some of you, it's going to be quite an optimistic time. You're looking at the color, you're looking at the detail. Something is becoming more vivid, something is becoming more real. Maybe you're working towards a goal, it's becoming tangible. It's something you can admire. I feel like you'll be in admiration of something at work. Either you'll be inspired by someone, maybe they're a parent and they're juggling full-time work and full-time studies and full-time, caring for their children. I think you'll be very inspired, because the rainbow inspires us. We are enamored, we are enchanted. So there's something that will inspire you. Maybe this is for your creative pursuits. Maybe it's a piece of an artwork, a design, a script. It will inspire you though, Aries. The next card over is the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is looking to the long-term future, is looking ahead, breaking barriers, setting forth on a journey. You do have the 8 of Cups as well, and the Knight of Wands. So some of you want to leave a situation, and you will do that, and you'll do it quite suddenly. It's either you leave to be with someone that you feel you want in your long-term future, Aries, or it's someone that you want to leave because you don't see them in your long-term future. So there could be a departure of sorts here, because you do have the 8 of Cups. For some of you, you're traveling overseas to be with your sweetheart. Maybe they're based overseas, they reside overseas, and you're reuniting together. And what a reunion it will be if this is the case. But the 3 of Wands could also indicate a third-party situation for some of you, not for all. For some, there could be an indication that someone is perhaps speaking to someone else. Perhaps there's a bit of dishonesty here because there is sadness in these two cards. We see these shades of grey, this sort of somber feeling to these cards here. So for some of you, it isn't working out, and it's not meant to be, at least not right now. But I think you're too preoccupied. And I think despite what happens, you'll still see this beautiful rainbow, and you'll find optimism, you'll find happiness, albeit elsewhere, outside of this relationship, outside of this person maybe, but you will find it. Some of you are really contemplating a past relationship that you thought you could find happiness with here, Aries. And you might reach out to this person, or you just might, either memories of them will be aroused for some reason this month. Something ignites or arouses a memory. And I feel you'll be sad, or you'll hear from this person or about this person that they're perhaps moving on with their life, that they perhaps have found their Ten of Cups, and you're not at that stage yet, or perhaps some part of you wishes that you were with them. So maybe there's remorse, maybe there's regret, letting them go or letting them pass you by. Maybe you might have felt like the Knight of Wands, you were perhaps too hasty, you were perhaps too fired up, too determined, or too willing to leave so quickly. But yet this could be, there is a reversal for some of you. So there is a second chance. We have the Two of Cups behind you here. So there is potentially a second chance to get this lover back if this is in a relationship. The Three of Wands is reflection though, and it is setting about on a journey, and it is contemplation for your long-term future. So if this is something you haven't been considering, maybe this is the time to do so. And this can be applicable in both relationships and in work and in career, because you're starting to take things seriously now. And some of you will be really motivated with the Knight of Wands, really fired up, really ready to go, ready to gallop, ready to achieve what you need to achieve. Because somehow these feelings of reflection, of sadness, of regret, not taking this job, not pursuing this person, I think they're going to conjure up this newfound motivation in you. And so be it. If that's what you need to use as fuel, use it as fuel. Because you do have that amazing ability to, if something isn't perfect for you, if something isn't the way you want it to be, you have no hesitation to walk away, Aries. You have that within you. And it's a very admirable quality, but not everyone can. There are other signs who will despair and doubt and only think about the what if. But you're a doer. Do be a doer. Don't be a don'ter. I believe that's a line from the movie Pain and Gain, was that, with Mark Wahlberg? But anyway, for some, a relationship, it's not all sadness and dullness. For some of you, a relationship is powering through. We have the Knight of Wands powering through to the long-term future. You're making long-term decisions here to plan a family, a happy family home. For others of you, you're really charging ahead, as we can see with the Knight of Wands. There could be a trip coming up as well for some of you. A holiday, planning a trip, something to either do with family or relationships, or someone who is very, very close to you might be leaving you, and this is why you're sad. Maybe you're taking time apart. Maybe they need to visit their family in another city, province, state, country, and you might be feeling somewhat sad that they're leaving, Aries. Or maybe they're leaving not on the best terms. There could be a travel opportunity for work that's coming up here. Something that you've been meaning to do, meaning to take, meaning to achieve in the workplace, in the career sense. Some of you will be leaving a career and starting a job elsewhere. Could be for a family business. It's somewhere where you feel quite close with the team, somewhere where you feel really welcome. And you could be leaving a job and looking for something more long-term, or you're not finding steadiness, but you will. Perhaps this month, perhaps soon after. But the Eight of Cups says to me that there's lack or limitation. And again, as I said, if this If something doesn't sit well with you, you'll go out and you'll change it. You have that ability. You have that certain stubbornness, but it fuels you and you can use it in such amazing ways, and it can really be life transforming, Aries. Because the Eight of Cups is limitation. Something doesn't feel right. Or maybe you have to continue to build your empire. You know, you're missing cups here, and there could be more lined up here, but you don't have that yet. So you're going out there and you're chasing those goals, chasing those aspirations, achieving them, networking. You're getting out there. So it is a month of action. And whether you have to travel far for it, whether you have to, you know, really do a lot of reflection, a lot of thinking to gain a lot of clarity, you're doing that, Aries, and you're moving into new horizons. It could be a month where you are quite despaired, especially on the work front maybe. This could be in both, but I feel like the Eight of Cups along with the Five of Cups, this is this limitation that you have, a certain sadness. I feel like it's regret and remorse, to be honest. It's about something, and it's close to your heart, I feel. It's almost as if at one point you had the taste for something that was good. You were living that life with the Ten of Cups once upon a time. You were with that person, you had that job, and maybe you didn't realize how good you had it. And maybe this is where all this reflection, inner reflection, and sadness, maybe despair is about. There could be someone around you with a drinking addiction with the Five of Cups. Could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Or perhaps you're resorting to drinking, or perhaps you feel like all your resources are depleted, Aries. But you have a support system behind you here. There's always options. You just have to open your eyes and assess what they are. Two of Cups and Two of Cups here. So for those that, if this is regarding a relationship, for those of you, if you've been lonely for quite some time, I feel like this is about to change. Or if you've been missing this person, I feel like someone else is going to come in and fill that void for you. And that's exciting. That could potentially be someone who wants to have that happily ever after. Maybe they can evoke those amazing feelings you once had for another person. And maybe you let them pass you by. And you think, what could I have done differently? What if? What if here with the Three of Cups that are spilt? But maybe there's a reason why you left, Aries. It wasn't working. The job wasn't working. It wasn't for you. I think you've turned your back on a lot of things, because there's three cards that indicate someone walking away, and one of them is the Wands, because you rule the Wands. So one of them could be you. It could have been a water sign as well. Or it's in a work situation, in a career, in a business. Maybe you started a business and you walked away from it. There's a lot of, you've turned your back on a lot of things here, Aries. And I think it's, in a way, it might be coming back to bite you on the bum in September. But you can turn it around. You have that about you. You have that resilience, that stubbornness, that fire. Where if you want something bad enough and you know it in your heart and you feel it in every part of your being, you follow that, you pursue it. For others, it's not that. For others, there isn't regret and remorse. For others, it's about pressing forward and making bigger plans for the long-term future, especially with relationships, planning for your children. Some of you are taking a vacation with children, or where there will be a lot of children. You'll see a lot of young families about you, maybe. You could even be, there might even be an event where there's a lot of people that are drinking, and then suddenly someone leaves abruptly. It could be you. Someone walks out on the other. You might hear news of someone just leaving. Say, for example, if you have a dear friend they might turn around and say, look, my husband or my wife just left me and it was all quite sudden. So there is sudden movements, but it's turning your back. It's either you'll be turning your back or you'll hear someone turning their back and walking away from a situation. But for others, it is this: if you could only turn back time. And if you had, for some, it's if you had the chance, would you do it again exactly the same way? What would you do differently? How would you do it differently? Remember, you are creators. You are creating. You are temperance. This is your cup. You're the alchemist. This is the gods. This is the universe. But you are your own form of creation, and yet you have the power to create. You have the power to manifest, to attract. There's divine intervention here. And maybe there'll be some sort of epiphany for you this month where something will come into realization here. But you have the power to create. The Temperance card is here. It's indicating that you do have this power and you are able to cross these thresholds. Now I'm going to leave it at that for September, Aries. For those that were wanting a private reading, my email is also listed below in the show more section. We can certainly arrange that from there. Otherwise, I hope this reading has been insightful. It's been an absolute pleasure reading for you, and we shall be talking again soon. Thanks again, Aries.